15th of May 2026 began like any other school day in the quiet communities of Oriari local government area, Oyo State. Children arrived at school carrying exercise books, lunch boxes, and dreams. Some were only 2 years old, others were teenagers preparing for examinations. Teachers stood before their classrooms, ready to begin another day of lessons. No one knew that by the end of that morning, their lives would change forever. At about 9 a.m., gunshots shattered the peace. Armed bandits stormed into schools across the area. Panic spread instantly. Children screamed. Teachers tried desperately to protect their pupils. When the attack was over, 46 people had been dragged away into the forest, 39 students and 7 teachers. Some of the children were barely old enough to understand what was happening. They cried for their mothers as they were marched deeper into the wilderness. Among the kidnapped teachers was a mathematics teacher, Mr. Michael Oydokun. For years, he had taught numbers, equations, and problem solving. To his students, he was more than a teacher. He was a guide, a mentor, and a father figure. Inside the forest, fear hung over the captives like a dark cloud. The children were hungry. They were exhausted. Many cried through the night. Some of the younger ones could not stop asking the same question. When are we going home? The teachers tried to comfort them, even though they themselves were terrified. Then tragedy struck. 2 days after the kidnapping, the bandits singled out Mr. Oyadokan. Reports indicate that he was killed in captivity, and news of his death spread shock and grief throughout Oyo State. Back in the towns and villages, parents waited in agony. Mothers sat outside their homes, staring down dusty roads, hoping to see their children return. Fathers could not sleep. Entire communities gathered in prayer. Teachers marched in protest, begging authorities to rescue their colleagues and students before more lives were lost. The image that haunted many Nigerians was not just that of a teacher who died. It was the thought of dozens of frightened children, some as young as toddlers, trapped in the forest, separated from their families, surrounded by fear and uncertainty. A classroom can be rebuilt. Books can be replaced. But the trauma carried by those children, their families, and the communities of Oriar will not easily fade. For many Nigerians, the story of the Oyo School Kidnapping became more than a news headline. It became a painful reminder that every child deserves to learn without fear, and every teacher deserves to return home safely after class.